let's look at the object that we got to lift. Now this makes it pretty simple. All objects, for the most part, have how many corners? Four. This cart has 4 corners. Your filing cabinet in your office, the chair you're sitting on, the car you drive, 4 corners touch the ground. How many corners are touching the ground now in this cabinet?
2.
And that's why it's unstable. Okay? We have no stability. And by the way, all the load is on who? On the victim. So we're going to do a couple things. We're going to transfer the load off the victim onto the wood. And more importantly, we're going to ground the other 2 corners so we stabilize it. So we're going to build a corner, or under the corner, and we're going to build our box, or I should say our cribbing, in the shape of a box. Now we need to leave the center open. Why is that? Hand me one of those 4x4s in there, those big pieces of box. There you go, perfect. This is going to be our fulcrum. Remember that example on the screen? That's going to go here in the middle because when we lift, we know we have to lift from the middle. Common sense, right, for balance. You ready to keep building?
Yeah.
I'm going to keep building my box. You have some more wood I can borrow? I'm going to need some more. And I'm probably going to need a wedge too if you get one over there. Thank you. Now this piece doesn't quite fit, so I'm going to use a wedge. Now, there's no weight in here, so we need to make this more realistic. Stephen? Or Esteban?
Esteban. Down the pants.
I didn't want to go there.
I wasn't going to do
Okay.
it.
You ready, Nancy? So you're going to use the 2x4 this way. You're going to slide in here, and you're going to bend down. Bend your knees, not your back.
Oh, you just bend like this?
Yep, no, all the way down, get down. Because I don't want you bending, I want you to be comfortable. Now, I want you to show how strong you are, so only use one hand. Now, how far are you in? Because here's the thing. Hang on a sec. Hang on a sec, because here's the thing. If you slide that 2x4 out further, you're going to get stronger. Now, how high should she lift? And the answer is only an inch. Because as we lift an inch, we're going to crib an inch. So you're going to lift the cabinet about this far, and you guys are going to pull out your wedges and continue to build. Now this is where that thing we talked about earlier, it's called communication, comes in. You 3 have to talk. When you use cribbing, the cabinet's stabilized, and even if this 2x4 breaks, it doesn't fall on the victim, it falls on the wood. And we've already begun to transfer the load off of the victim and onto the wood. So things for the victim are getting better, not worse. Okay, so you got a choice. You can go in a little further, but here's what's going to happen. You're going to lose mechanical advantage. So here's what we really need to do. You can only lift the height of your fulcrum. In this case, that's 4 inches. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 2 pieces of wood underneath the 2x4 or the 4x4. So here's the cool thing. Go ahead and pull that out. You couldn't do this if you weren't using cribbing. This allows you to have options. So we pull this out. So now let's put our 2x4 back in.
Mine would fit that way.
Nope, you're going to have to move it. Just move your 2x4 back, your 4x4. Move the fulcrum back. There you go. Perfect. Bend your knees, not your back. And you can use both hands if you like. Watch, make sure you don't slip out there because you're getting pretty far up. Now, Michelle, you're starting to get kind of narrow on your box. So, ladies and gentlemen, you got to build the box the full width of the wood. Even if you're not under the cabinet, I want to see full width so you have stability. And by the way, how high do we have to lift?
To get the victim out.
Absolutely, just high enough to clear the victim. So how are we doing over there? Are we clearing the victim yet?
Almost.
Esther?
We're clear.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, maybe not as other legs, so maybe a little more.
Maybe if you yank a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
Do we need to go higher? And you, can you put a wedge in there? You need to put a wedge in, Esther. There you go. Beautiful. Okay.
We have feet that can.
Think we can pull them out?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you lifting up? Go ahead and lift up. There you go. Okay, we're done. Let's drag him out. And here's something else I would do. I'd probably throw this guy into the mix too. I would take this lever and turn it into a guide. I would slide this between, excuse me, Nancy, in between him and the wood that I just built. So when these feet start coming out, they don't hang up on my wood and pull it out. Okay? So Nancy, you want to get over here and straighten out these feet? You're going to have to eyeball that. Now watch your fingers, watch your hands.
Okay, I'm gonna pull. Okay.
Don't put your hands under there, Nancy. There you go. Beautiful. That's it. Good job. Now, We gotta move a victim. Just so we can make this clear, during the rescue, you wouldn't really have your victim laying on a cabinet. Now, you're gonna do the lifting. You have a 2x4. You have a choice. You can lift it this way or this way.
Okay.
Which way do you think would be better? This way or this way? This way is. Now, it kind of is counterintuitive because you guys are thinking, well, it's more stable this way, right? Which is true, but I have Nancy to provide stability, so I'm not worried about it. What I really want is strength. And if I turn the board this way, look how much thicker it becomes. Like the candy bar. It becomes thicker. Okay, you guys didn't see that commercial.
Chunky.
That's right.
What's chunky? I remember my chocolates.
It's just a chocolate thing. You either know it or you don't. Okay.